War in Gaza. Israel must be held accountable. More than 18 months after the outbreak of the war in Gaza, Israel continues its relentless bombardment, and the humanitarian situation has reached catastrophic levels. Reports indicate that the Israeli government is deliberately using starvation as a weapon against the civilian population. In this context, Palestinian journalists and media workers remain the only witnesses to the atrocities, as Israel maintains a strict ban on foreign reporters entering Gaza. Since the Hamas attack on southern Israel on October 7, 2023, and the subsequent Israeli invasion, more than 68,300 Palestinians have been killed. Among them are at least 245 journalists and media workers, representing a mortality rate of over 10%, by far the highest of any professional group in the conflict. The International Federation of Journalists, IFJ, has gathered extensive evidence that the Israeli army has deliberately targeted journalists. Several of these cases have already been submitted to the International Criminal Court, ICC. On May 20, 2024, ICC prosecutor Karim Khan requested arrest warrants for Israeli leaders, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, on charges of crimes against humanity and war crimes, alongside Hamas leaders. Since the beginning of the war, the IFJ has consistently called for the immediate release of all hostages, demanded that Gaza be opened to international reporters, urged Israel to comply with international law requiring the protection of journalists. The IFJ has worked closely with its affiliate, the Palestinian Journalist Syndicate, PJS, to provide emergency support to those reporting from Gaza. Through its International Safety Fund, and thanks to global donations, the IFJ has supplied medical equipment, battery packs, food, fuel, clothing, and tents for journalists on the ground. Yet the needs continue to escalate daily. As of today, at least 245 journalists and media workers have been killed, dozens injured, and others remain missing. The IFJ, together with PJS, continues to verify and document each case in real time, ensuring accountability and bearing witness to the unprecedented toll on media professionals in this war. Mohammed Jargoun's Smart Media, killed on October 7, 2023. Ibrahim Lafi, Ein Media News Agency, killed on October 7, 2023. Mohammed Al-Salhi, photojournalist for news agency Fourth Authority, killed on October 7, 2023. Assad Shamlak, freelance journalist, killed on October 8, 2023. Said Al-Tal, director of Al-Khamisa News Agency, killed on October 10, 2023. Mohammed Sabo, photojournalist for Kabar News Agency in Gaza, killed on October 10, 2023. Hisham Al-Nawaja, photographer for Kabar News Agency in Gaza, killed on October 10, 2023. Salam Maima W., journalist for Al-Quds Radio, killed on October 10, 2023. Mohammed Fayez Youssef Abu Matar, freelance photographer, killed on October 11, 2023. Ahmed Shahab, producer of Voice of Prisoners Radio, killed on October 12, 2023. Hassam Mubarak, Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 13, 2023. Youssef Dawaz, freelance journalist, killed on October 14, 2023. Abdul Hadi Habib, Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 16, 2023. Isam Bahar, Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 17, 2023. Mohammed Balusha, Palestine TV, killed on October 17, 2023. Sami Al-Nadi, director and producer of Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 18, 2023. Abdul Rahman Al-Tanani, freelance journalist and social media publisher for Zaman FM, killed on October 18, 2023. Khalil Abu Athra, cameraman for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 19, 2023. Muhammad Abu Ali, Al-Shabaab Radio, killed on October 20, 2023. Hani Madhoun, administrative staff for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 21, 2023. Rashdi Sarraj, co-founder of Ein Media, photojournalist, filmmaker and fixer for several international media, such as Radio France, killed on October 22, 2023. Mohammed Imad Labid, journalist for Al Risala news website, killed on October 23, 2023. Tasneem Keet W., journalist for Al Sada magazine, killed on October 24, 2023. Saad Al-Halabi, Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 25, 2023. Ahmed Abu Mahdi, Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 25, 2023. Salma Makaimar W., journalist, killed on October 25, 2023. Jamal Al-Fakawi, journalist for Mithaq Media Network, killed on October 25, 2023. Zahir Al-Afghani, journalist for Mithaq Media Network, killed on October 25, 2023. Dua Sharaf W., journalist for Al-Aqsa Radio, killed on October 26, 2023. Mohammed Fayez Al-Hassan, Director General of Rawasi, killed on October 26, 2023. Yasser Abu Namus, journalist for Al-Sahel Media, killed on October 27, 2023. Nazmi Al-Nadim, Deputy Director of Finance and Administration for Palestine TV, killed on October 30, 2023. Mad Kashku, media worker for Palestine TV, killed on October 31, 2023. Emad Whitey, media worker for Palestine TV, killed on October 31, 2023. Mad Fadl Arandis, journalist for news website Al Jamahir, killed on November 1, 2023. Muhammad Abu Hattab, correspondent for Palestine TV, killed on November 2, 2023. Muhammad Bayari, journalist for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on November 2, 2023. Iyad Matar, administrative staff at Al-Aqsa TV, killed on November 2, 2023. Muhammad Al-Jaj, press house, killed on November 6, 2023. Muhammad Abu Hasaira, correspondent for Wafa News Agency, body found under the rubble on November 7, 2023. Yahya Abu Muni, journalist for Al-Aqsa Radio, killed on November 7, 2023. Ahmed Al-Kara, photojournalist, killed on November 10, 2023. Musa Al-Barsh, executive director of Nama Radio, killed on November 12, 2023. Ahmed Fatma, photographer for Al-Kahira News, killed on November 13, 2023. Yaqub Bursh, Director General of Nama Radio, killed on November 14, 2023. Mahmoud Matar, freelance journalist, killed on November 15, 2023. Mozab Ashur, photographer, killed on November 18, 2023. Mustafa Al-Sawaf, journalist and writer, killed on November 18, 2023. Amr Abuhaya, media worker in Al-Aqsa TV, killed on November 18, 2023. Sari Mansour, director of Quds News Network, killed on November 18, 2023. Hassuni Isleem, freelance photographer for Quds News, killed on November 18, 2023. Bilal Jadala, Director General of Media Development Organization Press House, killed on November 19, 2023. Abdel Halim Awad, driver for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on November 18, 2023. Ayat Al-Qadura W., digital and broadcaster journalist, killed on November 20th, 2023. Kamis Salem Deeb, editor at Al-Quds Radio, killed on November 20th, 2023. Jamal Hanieh, editor at Amwaj Sports Media Network, killed on November 21st, 2023. Mohammed Nabil Al-Zak, journalist for Quds TV, killed on November 22nd, 2023. Asim Al-Barsh, journalist for Palestinian Al-Ray Radio, killed on November 22nd, 2023. Mohammed Moin Ayash, photojournalist, killed on November 23rd, 2023. Amal Zahed W., journalist, killed on November 24th, 2023. Mustafa Bakir, journalist and cameraman for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on November 24th, 2023. Nader Al-Nazli, technician for Palestine TV, killed on November 25th, 2023. Abdullah Darwish, photojournalist for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on December 1st, 2023. Muntasir Al-Sawaf, photographer for Anadolu Agency, killed on December 1st, 2023. Marwan Al-Sawaf, photographer for Aleph Media, killed on December 1st, 2023. Adam Hassuna, freelance journalist, killed on December 1st, 2023. Hassan Farajalla, executive at Al-Quds TV, killed on December 3rd, 2023. Hamada Al-Yazigi, editor at Canaan News Agency and Al-Quds Radio, killed on December 3, 2023. Shaima Jazzer W., freelance journalist, killed on December 4, 2023. Ala Atala W., journalist, killed on December 9, 2023. Mohammed Abu Samra, photojournalist, killed on December 9, 2023. Dua Jabbour W., freelance journalist for Eyes Media Network, killed on December 9, 2023. Narmeen Kawaz W., intern at Russia Today, killed on December 11, 2023. Abdul Karim Odeh, journalist and former Al Mayadeen correspondent, killed on December 13, 2023. Samar Abu Daka, cameraman for Al Jazeera Arabic, killed on December 15, 2023. Asim Kamal Musa, journalist for Palestine Now, killed on December 16, 2023. Haneen Ali Al-Kashtan W., journalist for Sawt Al-Watan Radio, killed on December 17, 2023. Abdullah Alwan, media worker for Al Jazeera-owned platform Midden, killed on December 18, 2023. Muhammad Nasser Abu Waidi, photojournalist for Al Istiqlal newspaper, killed on December 22, 2023. Ahmad Jamal Madhoun, deputy director at Al Rai News Agency, killed on December 23, 2023. Muhammad Saidi Khalifa, director at Al Aqsa TV, killed on December 24, 2023. Muhammad Abdul Khalik Al-Guf, photojournalist for Al Rai News Agency, killed on December 24, 2023. Hudhaifa Lulu, broadcast engineer at Prisoners Radio, who previously worked for Al-Quds TV, killed on December 24, 2023. Mohammed Azitania, media worker and sound engineer for Al Rai, killed on December 24, 2023. Mohammed Al-Afef, journalist and photographer for Al Rai News Agency, killed on December 24, 2023. Mohammed Khair al-Din, archiving officer at Al Aqsa TV, killed on December 28, 2023. Ahmad Khair al-Din, photojournalist for Al Aqsa TV, killed on December 28, 2023. Jaber Abu Hedris, correspondent for Al-Quds TV, killed on December 29, 2023. Akram Al-Shafai, correspondent for Safa News Agency, killed on January 5, 2024. Hamza Al-Dadu, journalist for Al Jazeera, killed on January 7, 2024. Mustafa Thureya, freelance videographer for Agence France Presse, killed on January 7, 2024. Hiba Al-Abdullah W., journalist, killed on January 9, 2024. Ahmad Dair, journalist for local magazine Hadaf News, killed on January 10, 2024. Sharif Okasha, freelance photographer, killed on January 10, 2024. Muhammad Jamal Sabahi Al-Falathan, journalist for Al-Quds TV, killed on January 11, 2024. Yazan Al-Zawaidi, photographer for Al-Gad TV, killed on January 15, 2024. Iyad Ahmed Al-Rawahi, correspondent and presenter for Voice of Al Aqsa Radio, killed on January 26, 2024. Mohammed Abdul El Fattah Atta Allah, editor for Al Risala newspaper, killed on January 29, 2024. Tariq Al-Maidna, freelance camera operator for Yemen TV, killed on January 29, 2024. Nafez Abdul Jawad, director of Palestine TV, killed on February 8, 2024. Yasser Mamdouh El-Fadi, journalist for Canon News Agency, February 11, 2024. Ala Al-Hams W., journalist for local media, killed on February 12, 2024. Angam Ahmed Adwan W., journalist for Libyan Channel February, killed on February 12, 2024. Zaid Abu Zayed, director of Quran Radio Channel, killed on February 15, 2024. Muhammad Yagi, photojournalist for a number of international media, including Al Jazeera, killed on February 23, 2024. Ibrahim Muhammad, journalist, presenter, and cameraman for Al Salam TV, Al Shab TV, and other local media, killed on March 1, 2024. Muhammad Kader Ahmad Salama, journalist and presenter for Al Aqsa TV, killed on March 5, 2024. Abdul Rahman Saima, photographer and producer for Rakmi TV, killed on March 15, 2024. Mohammed Al-Rifai, photojournalist, killed on March 15, 2024. Mohammed El Sayed Abu Skeel, broadcaster and editor at Al-Quds Radio, killed on March 18, 2024. Sahar Akram Rian, media worker for Wafa News Agency, killed on March 25, 2024. Mohammed Abu Sakal, editor and graphic designer for Shams News Agency, killed on March 28, 2024. Tariq Al-Sayed Shakil, digital media editor for Voice of Al-Quds Radio, killed on March 28, 2024. Mustafa Bar, reporter and co-founder of Palestine Breaking News website, killed March 31, 2024. Mohammed Bassem Al-Jamal, correspondent for Palestine Now News Agency, killed on April 25, 2024. Ibrahim Al-Garbawi, freelance photojournalist, killed on April 26, 2024. Ayman Al-Garbawi, freelance photojournalist, killed on April 26, 2024. Salem Abu Tiur, media worker for Al-Quds Al-Yam TV channel, killed on April 29, 2024. Mustafa Ayad, freelance photojournalist for Al Jazeera Live, killed on May 6, 2024. Baha Akasha, photojournalist for Al-Aqsa Media Network, killed on May 11, 2024. Hale Al-Najjar, media worker for Al-Aqsa Media Network, killed on May 15, 2024. Mahmoud Jaju, photojournalist for Palestine Post Network, killed on May 17, 2024. Ola Al-Dadu W, journalist and presenter, radio station Watan, killed on May 31, 2024. Rashid Al-Babli, freelance journalist, killed on June 6, 2024. Mohammed Abu Sharia, editor-in-chief of Shams News Agency, killed on July 1, 2024. Mohammed Al-Sakni, director of Al-Quds TV, killed on July 5, 2024. Adib Sucker, journalist for Deep Shot Media Production Company, killed on July 5, 2024. Sadi Maduk, director of Deep Shot Media Production Company, killed on July 5, 2024. Rizq Abu Shakayan, journalist and editor for Palestine Media Agency, killed on July 6, 2024. Wafa Abu Daban W, program producer and presenter for Islamic University radio station, killed on July 6, 2024. Amjad Al-Jaju, correspondent for Palestine Now News Agency, killed on July 6, 2024. Mohammed Manhal Abu Armana, journalist, killed on July 13, 2024. Mohammed Meshmesh, director of programs at Al-Aqsa Voice Radio, killed on July 15, 2024. Mohammed Abu Jasser, journalist for newspapers Al Risala and Palestine, killed on July 20, 2024. Mohammed Majid Abu Dhaka, journalist, killed on July 29, 2024. Ismail Al-Ghul, journalist for Al Jazeera Arabic, killed on July 31, 2024. Rami Al-Rifi, cameraman for Al Jazeera Arabic, killed on July 31, 2024. Mohammed Isa Abu Sada, freelance photographer and videographer for Sahat and Al Sharqiya Pulse, killed on August 6, 2024. Taimim Muammar, journalist for Palestinian Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of Palestine, killed on August 9, 2024. Abdullah Al-Susi, journalist for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on August 9, 2024. Ibrahim Mehereb, freelance photojournalist, killed on August 18, 2024. Hamza Murtaja, journalist, killed on August 20, 2024. Hassam Manal Al-Dabaka, photojournalist for Al-Quds TV, killed on August 22, 2024. Ali Taima, cameraman for Al-Ada TV channel, killed on August 26, 2024. Mohammed Abed Rabo, working for Al-Manura Media Production Company, killed on August 28, 2024. Wafat Al-Adani W, founder and senior journalist of October 16th Media Group, killed on September 30th, 2024. Noor Abu Owaimer W, journalist and freelance podcaster for Al Jazeera Network, killed on October 3rd, 2024. Abdul Rahman Bar, photographer and camera operator for Palestine Breaking News, killed on October 5th, 2024. Hassan Hamad, freelance journalist, killed on October 6th, 2024. Mohammed Al-Tanani, photojournalist for Al-Aqsa TV, killed on October 9th, 2024. Saad Radwan, head of digital media department at Al Aqsa TV, killed on October 27, 2024. Hamza Abu Salmiya, journalist at Sand News Agency, killed on October 27, 2024. Haneen Mahmoud Barao W., journalist at Al Quds Foundation, killed on October 27, 2024. Amr Abu Ode, freelance photojournalist for Anadolu and Reuters news agencies, killed on October 31, 2024. Bilal Mohammed Rajab, photojournalist at Al Quds Al Yum channel, killed on November 1, 2024. Ahmed Abu Skeel, photojournalist for Al Alamia news agency, killed on November 9, 2024. Zara Abu Skeel W., reporter for Al Alamia news agency, killed on November 9, 2024. Mahdi Al-Mamluk, external broadcaster engineer for Al Quds Al Yum TV, killed on November 11, 2024. Muhammad Salah Al-Sharif, journalist, killed on November 16, 2024. Ahmed Abu Sharia, freelance photojournalist for Tasneem Agency, killed on November 19, 2024. Mamdouh Kunaida, journalist for Al Aqsa TV, killed on November 30, 2024. Maysara Sulla, journalist for Quds News Network, killed on December 2, 2024. Iman El Shanti W., journalist and broadcaster for Voice of Al Aqsa Radio, killed on December 11, 2024. Muhammad Balusha, journalist for Dubai Al Mashhad TV, killed on December 14, 2024. Muhammad Jaber Al-Karanawi, editor at Sanad News Agency, killed on December 14, 2024. Ahmed Alu, cameraman for Al Jazeera, killed on December 15, 2024. Muhammad Al-Sharafi, freelance journalist, killed on December 18, 2024. Fadi Hasuna, journalist for the satellite channel Al Quds Today, killed on December 26, 2024. Ibrahim Al-Sheikh Ali, journalist for the satellite channel Al Quds Today, killed on December 26, 2024. Muhammad Al-Lada, journalist for the satellite channel Al Quds Today, killed on December 26, 2024. Faisal Abu Al-Qamsan, journalist for the satellite channel Al Quds Today, killed on December 26, 2024. Ayman Al-Jadi, journalist for the satellite channel Al Quds Today, killed on December 26, 2024. Hassan Al-Kashawi, freelance photojournalist, killed on January 2, 2025. Omar Al-Darawi, journalist, killed on January 3, 2025. Arid Shaheen W., freelance photographer, killed on January 3, 2025. Saad Abu Nabhan, journalist for Al-Ghad TV and freelance photographer for Anadolu Agency, killed on January 10, 2025. Muhammad Al-Talmaz, journalist for Wafa News Agency, killed on January 14, 2025. Akil Hussein Salah, journalist, killed on January 15, 2025. Ahmed Hesham Abu Al-Raus, journalist, killed on January 15, 2025. Ahmed Al-Shaya, journalist, killed on January 15, 2025. Mahmoud Islam Al-Besos, freelance photographer, killed on March 15, 2025. Hossam Shabat, journalist for Al Jazeera Mubashir, killed on March 24, 2025. Mohammed Mansour, journalist for Palestine Today, killed on March 24, 2025. Hilmi Al-Fakawi, journalist for Palestine Today, killed on April 7, 2025. Ahmad Mansour, journalist for Palestine Today, died of his injuries on April 8, 2025. Fatima Hassona, freelance photojournalist, died of his injuries on April 16, 2025. Yehya Sabay, journalist, killed on May 7, 2025. Noor Eldin Abdo, journalist, killed on May 7, 2025. Hassan Asli, journalist and head of the Alam 24 news outlet, killed on May 13, 2025. Ahmed El Helu, journalist for Quds News Network, killed on May 16, 2025. Hassan Samer, journalist for Al Aqsa Voice Radio, killed on May 16, 2025. Aziz Al-Hajar, freelance photojournalist, killed on May 17, 2025. Abdul Rahman Tawfiq Al-Abadla, freelance reporter and photographer, killed on May 17, 2025. Hassan Majdi Abu Warda, director of Bark Gaza News Agency, killed on May 25, 2025. Motaz Mohammed Rajab, a journalist with Al-Quds Al-Yom TV, was killed on May 28, 2025. Suleiman Hajjaj, correspondent for Palestine Today, killed on June 5, 2025. Ismail Bada, cameraman for Palestine Today, killed on June 5, 2025. Samir Al-Rifai, Shams News Agency, killed on June 5, 2025. Ahmed Khalja, freelance cameraman for Al Arabiya, succumbed to his injuries on June 5, 2025. Momin Abu Aluf, freelance photographer, killed on June 6, 2025. Ismail Abu Hattab, freelance photojournalist, killed on June 30, 2025. Tamer Rabbi Rafiq Al-Zanin, freelance journalist, killed on July 22, 2025. Wala Al-Jabari W., journalist, killed on July 23, 2025. Adam Abu Harbid, journalist, killed on July 24, 2025. Ibrahim Mahmoud Hajjaj, photojournalist, killed on July 30, 2025. Anas Al-Sharif, journalist for Al Jazeera, killed on August 10, 2025. Muhammad Creek, correspondent for Al Jazeera, killed on August 10, 2025. Ibrahim Zayer, camera operator for Al Jazeera, killed on August 10, 2025. Momin Alawa, camera operator for Al Jazeera, killed on August 10, 2025. Muhammad Nufel, driver for Al Jazeera, killed on August 10, 2025. Muhammad Al-Qaldi, freelance photojournalist, succumbed to the wounds he sustained on August 11, 2025. Marwa Ashraf Mushalam W., journalist. Her body was found on August 16, 2025. Muhammad Mustafa Al-Madhoun, cameraman for Palestine TV, killed on August 23, 2025. Hassam Al-Masri, photographer working for Reuters News Agency, killed on August 25, 2025. Muhammad Salama, photojournalist working for Al Jazeera, killed on August 25, 2025. Mariam Abu Deka W., journalist working for several media, such as Associated Press and Independent Arab, killed on August 25, 2025. Moz Abu Taha, journalist for NBC News, killed on August 25, 2025. Ahmed Abu Aziz, freelance journalist for Middle East Eye, succumbed to his injuries on August 25, 2025. Hassan Duhan, journalist and director of the investigative reporting unit of Al Hayat Al Jadida newspaper, killed on August 25, 2025. Islam Abed W., journalist and correspondent for Al-Quds Al-Yom channel, killed on August 31, 2025. Razmi Jihad Salem, photojournalist for the Al-Munir Media Company, was killed on September 2, 2025 in an Israeli occupation airstrike on Gaza City. Muhammad Allah Al-Sawalahi, cameraman for the Al-Quds Today channel, was killed on September 17, 2025.